Hello there guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another video. I hope all you guys are doing well today. If you're a Chelsea fan, then today's game you should have no confidence, even I, because going into this game against Leeds later on today, I have no confidence because whenever Chelsea face teams who are in a poor form, we give them the points. Whether it's 1 point or 3 points, we give them the points. Like we did against Arsenal, like we did against United, Everton, Wolves, Brighton, Burnley, at home. We're Chelsea FC every single time. And that's why we keep on falling down and down and down. And that's why this season is a failure. Because everyone, even I, expected Chelsea to be in the title race. I'm not saying that we should win the league, but to be in the title race because I want Chelsea to be going above City and Liverpool for the first time since 5 years. But has it happened this season? No, because in the past 5 years we've just seen this time and time again. Whenever we start well, like from August all the way to Halloween, when it comes to the Christmas period, maybe the start of November or December, we fall down. So yeah, and every single season we don't go above the 72 points. We don't. Like um under Antonio Conte, we had 69 points. Under Mitchell Sarri, we were third place, but we had 72 points. Under Frank Lampard, we had 68 points. Under Thomas Tuchel, we had 66 points. This season, I'm not sure how many points will end, but it's not above the 72 points, which is unbelievable. And the reason why is because we're not beating teams here that we're supposed to beat. That's the problem. And this game today against Leeds United, I have no confidence whatsoever because we are facing a team here that's fighting for their lives. They simply have to win and beat Chelsea if they want to stay up. And if they do, that means Chelsea FC will strike again. And the reason why I'm not confident is because, like I said before, we just simply cannot put teams under pressure. We can't. We know Christmas come early for Chelsea when it comes to giving teams 3 points or 1 point in order for them to survive or get them into the top four. We always do that because that's what Chelsea are. Chelsea FC giving. We are the gift that keeps on giving. That's what we call Chelsea FC. I hope it doesn't happen today in today's game, but I feel like it will because that's what we like to do. We can't put teams under pressure. And this game today against Leeds, I have no confidence, no confidence. But watch the end of this video when I give my prediction because you guys will be like, yeah, you know what, you're right. I'm gonna go for the same thing. Just wait and see at the end of this video. So before I talk about the game, I want to mention quickly Marcus Alonso. The reason why he got substituted at halftime against Wolves and we drew 2-2 is not because the injury, it's because Marcus Alonso said something in Spanish, which I won't say on this channel because otherwise they will block me. But he said something in Spanish, the swearing in Spanish for Thomas Tuchel. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with Alonso. Like, this is not the first time. If we remember away at Hawthorns we drew 3-3 last season under Lampard, he got on the coach and he was so angry that he left and we had to bring somebody else on and that make an impact. So Marcus Alonso, man, like this is one of the reasons why I let's say 3 years ago I wanted him out because in the 2016 to 17 season, he's been brilliant. I say next season, again, brilliant. But under Sarri, that's the start when I said that he needs to go. Because the start of Sarri, he was bad. Under Lampard, he was poor. When Thomas Tuchel came in, I say yes, he was good. But this season, he was terrible. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted Alonso to go. Because not only does he play bad, but he also gets angry. Not all the time, but sometimes in managers. So that's why in the summer transfer window he needs to go. If he wants to go to Barcelona, let him go. If someone wants to take him to the airport or drive him there, let him go. Because this cannot continue. This shouting, screaming, swearing cannot continue. So that's why he got substituted. Yeah. And this is his last game. Yeah. Because he's not going to play against Leeds United, Liverpool in the FA Cup, Leicester at home, and Watford at home. He's not going to play those games, and I'm glad about it. I'm so happy about it because he has been terrible. Yes, let's say the Southampton game, the maybe the Real Madrid game, sort of like stuff. He was good, but once again against Everton, he was bad. What Wolves, he was bad. So that's why he is one of the players I want him to go on. You know, he's the reason. You know, because this thing cannot continue. It really cannot. So Alonso should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed. Having to go at Thomas Tuchel. I'm not sure what Thomas Tuchel said to him. I really don't know. But the way he just say the swearing words in Spanish is unbelievable. Is not good. I don't think Thomas Tuchel can speak Spanish. I really don't because he has never been a manager for Spanish teams. Never. He's only been with Germany, Dortmund, and Paris Saint-Germain, France. So he cannot speak. He can only speak German and French, but he cannot speak Spanish. So he wouldn't be able to understand. But if he does understand, then be up to Thomas Tuchel, yeah, for not bringing him on at half time against Wolves, yeah, because he deserved that. You know, this is what happens when you disrespect great managers like this. You will get removed. I'm so glad he's removed. I'm so glad he's not playing in the next three games because this is unacceptable from him. Unacceptable. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that one. Another one is the options that we have. I mean, if Thomas Tuchel is playing the back four, which I don't think he will, then the left back, I feel I'm gonna have to put in Aspilicueta there. I have to because Ben Chilwell is still out, so he's only gonna start next season, not this season. So if we're going for a back three, sorry, a back four, then I think Aspilicueta should be playing as a left back if we're playing at the back four. But if we're still playing for a back three, then the left wing back for me, I'm gonna put in Kennedy there for me because I haven't watched him this season, but I heard some people say that he could play really well on the left-hand side. And if that actually is true, then I'll put him there. Those are the only two options. If we're going for back four, put Aspilicueta. If we're going for a wing back, put Kennedy there because that's all we have. There's no Alonso will not be able to play because of what he said to Thomas Tuchel, and Ben Chilwell is out. But I believe we're still going to go for back three. So if that happens, don't put Aspilicueta as the left wing back, please. Just put in Kennedy there because he could do so much better than Aspilicueta, so much better. So yeah, that's another thing I want to mention. And then Lukaku, does he deserve to start? Yes, because in the game against Wolves, he was fantastic, man of the match, scoring two quick goals, penalty, and then another brilliant goal. And like I said in the live watch along, why could he not do that from before? Why can he not do this before? Why can he not bully defenders and just keep on scoring goals? Not scoring every game, but do it against teams that we're supposed to be. That's the one thing I don't get. So Lukaku, I think he deserves to start because Havertz in the last three games have been poor, have been really, really poor. And I think the connection between and also Werner, he was good against Wolves. Yes, he had a few decent chances and he was lucky that the goal was disallowed. But I think him and Lukaku is starting to get confidence, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I believe these two should start against Leeds. And also, Pulisic, as a central attacking midfielder, I thought he was brilliant against Wolves. I mean, he got the assist for Lukaku's goal, but not only that, he just continued to go past players, keep on just passing it to the forwards to make the danger. I thought Pulisic was brilliant, and Mason Mount deserves to get a rest because he's been playing a few games. So I thought Pulisic was brilliant in that game against Wolves as the number 10. So it's usually Kai Havertz there, but he said he wanted to put in Pulisic, and it did work. So yeah, so I think he was brilliant. So does he deserve to start? Yes, because he hasn't been playing a lot this season. It's only Mason Mount, so that is it. So that is it. And speaking of which, that's the next one I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to give you guys my predicted lineup for today's game against Leeds United. So here we go. All right, without further ado, let's start off with the goalkeeper. And it's got to be Edouard Mendy. I know that you guys want to see Kepa, but unfortunately he's on number two. If Kepa does start, then I do get it because I know that Edouard Mendy is wants to get a rest before we face Liverpool this Saturday. So if Kepa does start, then that I'll be fine with that. I it could potentially happen. It could be, but I feel like he's going to pick Edouard Mendy still since he's the number one. And Edouard Mendy of the past few games have been really, really poor. Like I say, like after the international break in March, he hasn't been one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now. Like I don't know what's going on with him. He had been making big saves. He ain't a stopper anymore. Like, and he's not keeping clean sheets, which is really disappointing. Really disappointing. Like I don't know what's going on with Edouard Mendy, man. I really don't know, but I hope he does well. I hope he does well. And I hope, yeah, he makes some big saves like he did against Leeds United last season when we drew 0-0 because it was a tip of the hand that hit the post. So I hope we can see that Edgar Mendy, from Ellen Road, So my goalkeeper is got to be Edgar Mendy. Now let's move on into a back three. My back three has got to be Antonio Rudiger on the left, Thiago Silva in the middle, and this time it has to be Trevor Chalobah because Aspilicueta was poor against Wolves, poor against Wolves. Defensively was shocking, you know. And even the Everton game when he made the mistake, he was shocking. So for me, yeah, I never ever want to see Aspilicueta starting again. It has to be Trevor Chalobah on the right hand side. It has to be because when he started against West Ham, yes, he made a mistake, but at least we didn't concede the goal. At least he won the ball back, and plus he got a clean sheet there. So what has Trevor Chalobah done to Thomas Tuchel for not starting him? Why? I just don't. It just doesn't make any sense. And plus, he can score goals too. He can score goals. So for me, yeah, Trevor Chalobah has to start against Leeds United. I simply don't care. He has to start. If he doesn't start, we're not winning the game. I'm not keeping a clean sheet. So Thomas Tuchel, make sure you start Trevor Chalobah as the right centre back, please, in the game against Leeds United today. Make sure you do that. So those are my back three. Moving on into wing backs, of course, as I mentioned before, Marcos Alonso ain't going to start against Leeds United today. So for me, if we're still playing the back three, then for me, I'll put Kennedy on the left. Because simply he can play. Simply because people told me he can play well on the left hand side, and if that's true, then I'll start Kennedy. If we're playing at the back four, then unfortunately I feel like Azpilicueta has to be playing on the as a left back since there's no Marcos Alonso and there's no Ben Chilwell. So, but I believe we're still going to go for back three. So it's going to be Kennedy for me has to play on the left wing back, not Azpilicueta, not. Okay, NOT, not. Remember that, Thomas Tuchel. So Kennedy for me has to be playing as the left wing back. Now, moving on into the two central midfielders. Now, there's still no Jorginho. I mean, sorry. Yeah, there's still no Jorginho and Kante, so it's going to be the same thing. Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. You know, even though even though Ruben Loftus-Cheek don't deserve to start, I'm not sure if Tony Guedes can play well in the central midfielder. I really don't know. Whereas for Kovacic, you saw it against Wolves in the first half and up to the goals, he was brilliant. Yes, he lost the ball and we conceded the first goal, but he's still our best player when it comes to playing as a central midfielder. So for me, Kovacic has to start against Leeds United, and hopefully this time he won't make any mistake. I'm hoping. So him alongside Ruben Loftus-Cheek, which I don't think it will work, but we're gonna have to wait until both Kante and Jorginho are fit. So that's all we've got. So and that also tells you why we need to spend big this summer. This is exactly why. So Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek are my two central midfielders. Now let's move on into number 10 or the central attacking midfielder. And I'm going to put in Pulisic there because he was brilliant again against Wolves. Got the assist, one past players. Like, he's been playing like the real Pulisic that we should have seen this season. So, yeah, so Pulisic, if he can do one against Wolves, hopefully he can do one against Leeds United and get us the win. But I doubt that because, like I said, no confidence whatsoever. But if they can prove me wrong, then I'm happy. But if they prove me right, then I knew it. As I always say, I knew it that they would disappoint me. So yeah, so Pulisic has the number 10. He has to be playing. he done one against Wolves. So and Mason Mount, I feel like he's gonna get rested before. I think he might play the game against Liverpool on Saturday, but we'll wait and see. But for this game today against Leeds United, he has to start as the number 10, as a central attacking midfielder. And finally, moving on into the front two. On the left is Timo Werner, and on the right, Lukaku. Now, of course, many people say like, yeah, why you start Lukaku? Because the game against Wolves, he was the man of the match. He was brilliant. The first half, I say like he was okay. He wasn't that great, but in the second half, the penalty and that brilliant goal for his second goal was brilliant. And also, when you saw his reaction when we conceded the last goal, he was like, "Oh my days! So I score two goals for nothing. This team has always let me down." I can tell by his that reaction, and big up to Lukaku, man, because he knows how frustrated he is of coming to Chelsea. Because we always bottle it, and we did bottle the game against Wolves. I believe we do the same thing against Leeds United. I hope not, but I believe we can. But I believe it will happen. But as long, yeah, as Thomas Tuchel goes with my predicted lineup and not start Azpilicueta and also maybe Kai Havertz and Mason Mount, and now and then I'll be happy. I'll be a very happy man. But if he does go for the same thing and start running start Azpilicueta or something like that, then I'm done. I'm done. I have no confidence going for the Chelsea win against Leeds United later on today. No confidence. So for me, Lukaku was brilliant against Wolves. Hopefully he can carry that same performance against Leeds United later on today. And if he does, then even though he does really well in the last couple of games, for me, he has to go. Simple. He has to go. So that's unfortunate. So that's it, guys. That is my predicted lineup. Let me know in the comments down below what's your predicted lineup and whether you agree or disagree with my predicted lineup, as you can see on the screen right there. So without further ado, let's move on into my prediction for today's game. Now, like I said on the prediction show yesterday, I've gone for a draw, and I'm still going to go for that because, like I said, going to Elevon ain't that easy. But I know that big teams like Man United, Arsenal, Tottenham went there because they've won, and they've won. So, the question is, can Chelsea do it? I doubt it. I want these players to prove me wrong. But if I see at the end of this game that either we get a draw or Leeds United win, then they prove me wrong. But if we do get sorry, if they prove me right, but if we do get a win, then they prove me wrong, and I'll be a very happy man. If Chelsea want to be in the Champions League next season, we need a maximum of 4 points. Yeah, not three, not two, not one, 4 points. If we have to be, we know the next game against Leicester City, it has to be a win. It's going to be difficult, but it has to be a win. Watford definitely win because they're relegated, and if we lose to them, that will be even more embarrassing. More embarrassing. So we need a maximum of 4 points in order for neither Arsenal or Tottenham, to be above us. Yes, one of them will be in the Champions League, but I don't want or two teams go above Chelsea. I don't want that to happen. So we have to win on the next three games. If we can get 9 points in the next three games, that means top third place is secured, and Chelsea will be playing Champions League next season. But if we get like say like 3 points in like three games, then we're in trouble. We're in absolute trouble of staying in the Champions League next season. So we just have to wait and see. But I hope Chelsea do get a win against Leeds United. I doubt it because I went for a draw. But like I said, I hope they prove me wrong today. I hope they prove me wrong. So that is it. That is all I've got to say. So that is it, guys. That is the end of this preview. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget there'll be a live watch along later on today, and also match reaction straight after the game. And if you don't want to miss any of those things, first of all, if you are new, hit the subscribe button below, hit the bell notification so that you can be alerted once I upload the end of my YouTube content. Smash a like if you enjoyed this video, and share this video to everybody so that they can give their so that they can give the preview and also the predicted lineup and also their prediction in comments down below, and I'll be reacting to what you say and whether I agree or disagree with what you said. So make sure you guys do that. If they're Chelsea fan or their rivals, they're welcome to come along to my channel and just give their thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Looking forward to tomorrow. Am I scared? Yes. Can we get the win? Hopefully. If not, then Chelsea FC strikes again. But let's hope it doesn't happen later on today. But I'm looking forward later in today against Leeds. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care. And as always, up the Chelsea.